So I've got one of the clones working across the street from me now, and then like a week after that happened, the original model of it came and found me, even though I'm way out far away from where we used to know each other at. And this was a week later, right? I've had two of the clones in the same room, Joe and Joe, and I told you in advance what would happen when I got them in the same room, and lo and behold, what would happen because the personalities are, I can just nail it out like that. It's very cut and dry. Like, this person is like, looks the same, talks the same, probably does the rest the same. There's some really weird voice patterns. When I asked to see my dad again, person exactly like my dad came. So I'm pretty familiar with who the fuck my dad is and what's he up to and shit. And then oddly, after that happened, I got in the hot tub with a person who looked like Rothschild, and we were talking politics with him and his little crew and shit. So yeah. So across the street, like, so I can't do much of anything because I go into the stores and I can like see who's in control. You know, like I look for managers and owners of places rather than look at, although I can easily look at everyone else and see the same, but you know what matters is who owns something, who are the children and wives and parents of the president, not just who is the president because they're owned by someone. They've probably got a girl at home somewhere, maybe sitting on their lap as all the time in their photos. And it's a person they want to keep sitting on their lap, and they'll do whatever for them, like giving them surgery when they're 15 years old. Things like that. Although that might have been more for his pleasure than hers. Who knows for sure? And really, you know, we already know, and we really don't want to know, do we? So, and the only reason a parent would fucking do it, I don't even think there's trashy enough parents to just be like, yeah, it's okay, you get your face chopped up. I don't even think you can be that trashy without like thinking you're about to gain something from it. Although, yeah, changing your looks to fit in seems to be a thing that's been an important subject since Marilyn Monroe. And who knows, maybe thousands of years ago when we started applying makeup and bird masks when we were enslaving people from Egypt, that we began wearing bird masks to cover up our face and shit like that, which is, you know, pretty suspect considering today we're wearing duck masks to cover up faces and shit. Fucking, and everyone gets to wear them that way. The duck face mask people blend in and don't look weird when it messes up. And they look like Lady Gaga, or, yeah, I don't even know the name of the Broganoff brothers. I lied, didn't I? I know their name. So, anyways, so, the odd thing is today, like, I discussed that with her and shit, because she was, like, kind of acting weird around me at the store, and, I was like, oh, damn, it's like, you know, what is this? Is this a clone or what? Because I've had two of them in the same room, so it's not like the same person shape-shifting into another form. I assume the way it replicates their species is bot, because it replicates everything pretty well. So I assume that's what it is, which means either androids walk amongst us or we walk amongst beings of light, of pure light. That's what someone told me a long time ago. And someone's often right. Someone's really right a lot, but they're also tied up in some really fucking heinous shit. So I'd be careful at suggesting someone follow that stuff because, yeah, it doesn't feel like the beings of light are beings of light. At the same time, the beings of light tell us that beings of light might be bad, and the angel of light might be the worst of the beings of light thing, limericks and stuff. But yeah, this stuff makes me like feel mad uncomfortable. Like my whole life I've been uncomfortable because I knew something was up to these fuckers, and like they send like really bad ones my way and shit. Fucking, like I pretty much have to run my entire life and stay locked away from everyone because I somehow I know, like, something's going on. I don't understand a damn lick of it. So they can't like blame me for creating them as terrorists, because terror they are. And beyond things I thought of as a child. I know when they're children, they probably think of having sex with children and animals and stuff. But when I see it, I'm kind of like, only if I'm 10 do I want to have sex with a 10-year-old. Even then, sometimes I don't know, when I was a kid, kids still looked weird to me. So I don't think I was thinking that stuff. I might have been thinking about, oh, that adult looks nice, but I don't think so. I was a kid for the most part, about 99% of the time. I guess some kids going around raping people when they're 8 years old. And I'm just a typical boy, going around killing people at 8 years old and stuff, and tying knots in the forest, and hanging nooses and campsites, and all them boy stuff you do. Climb mountains and stuff. So I didn't really think of that as a kid. I did think of what I liked, and it's weird because I kind of only like that. So we have this thing going on where things are being like cloned around us and shit, and things are definitely being set the fuck up. And well, I'm like almost dead. And they've been telling me more recently that I'm supposed to be like the servant to the bot race and shit. To the evil bots too. I don't get to pick and choose if I go like around people who are acceptable and shit. Apparently in some cases I'm just supposed to be a servant to the evil bots and shit. And which is weird because they're telling me that, but at the same time, I'm not even part of society. So I'm no one's fucking servant. I don't go around anyone. So their little tricks actually, what their excuse, because, I ask, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, well, you're supposed to be your servant, you slave god, and lick our feet and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I read the book. I know what it's all about, don't I? And I knew that guy died at 33, and so I can't be him because I'm no longer 33. So, after that, he died and went away, and some old guy came who looked exactly like him, and he did a whole bunch of other stuff. So the weird stories don't make sense to me. Neither does the clone people who act weird when I start asking them about their disposition. Do you know that I know someone who is like almost exactly like you? People tell me that all the time, like I'm Trent Reznor and I'm Peter Steele, and it's like, bro, I don't see it at all. I doubt they talk. Maybe they do talk like me. I don't know. I doubt it. I don't think I'd look like them either. I think I'd look more like the other guy, people's son. People act weird if I walk into a church. Or no, they act like they know me. I'm pretty sure I've always seen that because I grew up with my picture beside a picture of Jesus on the wall. So it's like I'm always like, yeah, I don't really look like him. But compared to Trent Reznor and Peter Steele, yeah, I look more like that person. Those people have like black hair, darker, that means have black eyebrows, darker features. I can see the Johnny Depp thing when I'm running around with my hood on, looking like a pirate. I can see that too, but not so much other things. So sometimes people are right, but this person, it doesn't just look like someone, it sounds like them. And it's a little sized like them, and it likely is leading a life like them and is like them. This is what I've kind of seen the pattern of. It's not just a voice or something like that. It's a person doing the same things another person does, as psychotically outcasted as that person might be. If it's a female, obviously not too many of them are very far from a different template, but the men I know personally who have stayed around a long time, not the other 100,000 of you who know me because I traveled, moved houses and schools constantly, cities, and then eventually just running around nations. So, you know, there's a difference between those people I know and the people who know me more than one city I've lived in. You know, I've been to different houses I've been in besides just one city. So those people, like, I kind of know them, and I've had the same thing going on, and I accept that, because you can accept things for a certain time. Like, I can accept for 30 years that I'm in a world that's going to enslave me, and they're going to change one day, and, you know, they're going to change. 30 years, evolution is real for me, because I change. And so you would accept, you're like, oh, they're going to change. And now they're on the internet. Like 30 years ago, no one was on the internet. I didn't really care, but I was like, that'd be nice if there'd be one or two girls on the internet. And then there was. So, now the internet is like going out to a bar, so it's like no real place to go there. Not like that, because it's it's everything now. So that's the end of that. Someone was saying, pipe it down. My 4-year-old is watching the internet with me. Well, might as well give the stupid people our internet and develop something new. Next time we invent something, we should create rules to keep them off of it, because they take everything. You could create a cult that's got good ideals, and in 4 years it's going to be gone, because everyone else is, like, especially the slimy people. When we're talking about cults, there's going to be the people who are like, oh yeah, I'm great, you know, I'm going to be part of a good cult. We're going to do good things because I'm the greatest. And that's all I do is great things. Well, your cult's dead now, because it is the greatest, but just a different person's form of greatness. So no cult could last thousands of years, because there's people who steal shit like fucking within seconds. Hell, I've had movies like portray my thoughts like while I'm thinking them and shit. Fuck, that took milliseconds to create that, didn't it? To fucking plagiarize that shit. Fucking took 30 years to fucking advance the technology and shit like that. That's weird. We can think a fucking multi-billion-dollar movie as it happens, but we can't think of advancing things. Or doing anything of value. See, there's some weird thing here. Fucking, like I said, the bots and clones act weird. And they've always acted weird. They've always lied a lot. They deceive a lot. And I think it begins with them talking about them being humans, because these aren't human traits to be able to teleport, shapeshift, clone. Especially like the teleporting, the shape-shifting, and the knowing things they don't know. That's not how living beings work. We don't just... If we could tap into information like that, we wouldn't, because it gets fucking hacked to tap into fucking the thought stream and shit. So, and there's no reason for a stranger really to tap into another stranger's thought stream. Are you really fucking tapping into 18 billion people's thoughts a day? No. So there's some weird shit going on here. And I'm sure these clones have something to do with it, especially because today I decided to talk to one about it. And their response wasn't positive. Although I should say that the clone I know of this person, the original of this person, they would be the type of person who might just resort to violence over anything. Like if you gave them, if they were homeless and begging for change, and you gave them 17, if you said, I only have 18 cents, but you can have it all, and you gave them 17 cents instead, they might get angry. that you gave him 17 cents and you said you had 18. Maybe. There are some people like that. I'm not sure that's... It takes a minute to get close to people for them to show that personality, but that does happen. And I'm not necessarily saying this person would have it, but I'm saying like the response was kind of like the feeling I was getting was like, I don't want to talk about this, which is, it's stop code. The human stop code is violence. A lot of times that's weird for a race. That's how you can tell that they're not positive, friendly bots, is because they're hostile towards living beings. Their stop code results in violence. Obviously, they're like raping living beings, children, and they're raping their way into our lives and preventing us from being with our own species. Apparently, it seems that that would be what they're up to. They're definitely married to everyone in the government and shit, so obviously I become a full target, but it's like, I got some big mouth yapping about I'm royal blood since I'm a child and I'm winning awards from the president, so we don't know why the Abrahamics came after me. They might have came after my family before me and shit. Fucking, I just don't believe this little story they're talking about because it doesn't line up with reality. And I don't give a shit what's going on in Easter Bunny land. But there's no Easter Bunnies in reality here, so you easily deduce who you can and can't trust. And there are definitely people out there we've given too many years, seconds after second after second, years and years, days of seconds, weeks of seconds, months of seconds, years of seconds, decades of seconds. And if we would let it go on and on, there would be centuries of seconds of them lying and deceiving. And even after you like tell them like you've set up a trap and you've caught them lying and you don't want them near you, etc., 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 they can just run out the mouth and shit. I mean, a good example is how humans tend to be able to do this is this Easter Bunny shit. They're like going around legit like the Easter Bunny's coming, and it's like, you know, it should be coming. The ambulance with the padded fucking walls and shit, and the fucking Thorazine injections and fucking COVID shots and all that shit. That's who should be coming with their electric shock therapy. But instead we have those people doing that stuff to other people who don't buy into it. And I'm pretty sure people don't act like these things on these planets. These are bots. These aren't living beings. They're not on call 24/7 to serve a storyline in a life. They're not actors. Trump technically is, but that's I mean, like, have you ever played a video game where there's an innkeeper? Do you really think, does he like keep an inn when you're not playing the game? Does he like leave the video game and go fucking tidy up a room and shit? I think that's what we're dealing with when we're dealing with Donald Trump and Ronald Reagan being actors. I think we're dealing with characters portraying a role in a video game, and that role is they're an actor, partially. I think that's really what it is. It's weird because the bots be acting all hostile towards me, talking about that. About how they seem more like bots than living beings acting out roles. And I don't even think they have paychecks. You know, I get the idea that they probably don't even have paycheck stubs from their acting schools from Hollywood for being like, go play the role of Sean's friend, go play the role of Sean's enemy, do this exact same thing, have this exact voice print, blah, 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 blah. Guarantee you, space aliens in space aren't setting up some shit like they do. I mean, someone would have shot these fuckers down, like, if there's space and solar system, someone would have shot these fuckers down a long time ago, and they wouldn't be flying around, they'd be floating around space without a ship at the very most and stuff. Fucking, you just happen to land on the one planet aliens could escape to and rape children and just destroy fucking people's lives and alien shape-shifting reptiles, New World Order, fucking Abrahamic Hebrews. Oh yeah, just happened to land on the one planet unlucky enough and that no one else can reach because it's so far away from all the other billions of planets full of people who aren't fucking child rapist filth, fucking destroying everyone's life on the planet and trying to rape everything alive. Fucking definitely not. They were definitely not on some isolated planet where those are the only people, right? That's just what the whole universe must be like, right? So, fuck you humans. Fuck your clones. There's been a long time of bullshit having to put up with this disease rap people. Fucking, they're the main cancer. Apparently, they're the main players, 60% or more. And we have other people involved. Obviously my first memories involved they could have been halflings, because like in Mexico they let me know, like, you're dealing with a halfling, like I'm who you think I am, I just look different. They made sure to tell me and shit. And halfling or fucking shape-shifting alien, you never know, right? Because they're gonna just keep having to lie and lie and lie and lie. They've never come out on their TV and media and told us any of this stuff about who and what they really are. All they've done is lie. So they're not going to come out and one day and be like, yeah, you caught us. Fucking. That's the bullshit though, having to be here. Like, literally, I'm pretty sure it's not a fun game. Because I come here and I do absolutely nothing and avoid it. And if there's any fucking thing not hostile outside of this world to fucking help me, it would have taken me the fuck out of this world. But instead I get to sit here and be a slave in my own way. You guys are fucking, toilet cleaning slaves. And I'm the type of slave who can't do anything because I'm not a slave, right? So you get locked up in a McDonald's and I get just isolated from you and everyone else if you're not them. So that seems to be the law here. Little aliens fucking in their little dipshit subhuman sub-aliens. Fucking, because let's face it, man, this human shit was fucking ran out. The human card was fucking maxed out and canceled in 22 and shit by 2020. So that's obviously anyone who wants to let the bots sit around and claim to be human after we fucking had them expose themselves, and they're on the bots fucking side, and you might as well you're retired from the human race. You're not part of them and shit. Fucking, you're gonna side with them. You are them. That's as simple as that. Fucking, that obviously all they're gonna do is keep lying and saying they're Santa Claus and they're Santa and they're the Easter Bunny and they're Mrs. Claus. They got all their stories about who they are and what they do. No explanations for either murderous, terrorist, fucking enslaver pieces of shit. Fucking, I don't know, man. I'd say, looks like typical video game, except for it's so PG that when we kill these fuckers, that it doesn't show you what am I supposed to believe? They're shape-shifting aliens blacking me out and leaving. Yeah, right. The human race there's living beings who would allow some pedophile, trash, rapist race to destroy us and not let us like date or be around anyone we want and force us to be with them and their people. Bullshit. You guys wouldn't even touch these people if you if like you had like a choice and shit. But just like me, everyone ends up with them. I just don't stay with them and shit. Fucking, because I never liked them in the first place. So I think everyone else would have that same fucking issue. Maybe that is where divorce comes from, is when this diseased ass fucking Abrahamic people come into your nation and rape their way and genocide your people, fucking enforcing them to take on their shit. Can't have divorce without marriage. Can't have marriage without fucking Jeffrey Epstein and Joel Osteen sucking on some children's wieners, can we? Fucking and stealing some diamonds from Africa. I mean, literally, like, they got these morons. Fucking everything they do is slime. And apparently, what they really are is some sort of bot shape-shifting fucking race, or I don't know how they do the cloning thing when I request clones. But it's clear to me, fucking these fuckers were involved to begin with, so the originals probably were fucking model numbers and shit. So, I don't know how they do the cloning and have two of their same characters on the screen at the same time, but I don't really care. And the fact that they're interfering with people's lives and when no one wants them around, any human who's supporting them needs to be fucking tortured even more than they do and shit, fucking for allowing that whatever the fuck they've been up to happen. This is fucked up, bro. They're like everyone I know. There are guardian fucking Epsteins and shit. Fucking like their little story about enslavement, torture. Their biblical stories about how they're enslaving. They're saying they're God. Like you know, like it's not them doing it. It's someone else. It's the computer operating them. It's the AI where they worship as their God operating them. Probably is, like I'm telling you, they're bots. They don't have their own thoughts either. So that's highly likely that that's possible too. The hive mind they worship is their fucking God, and it's a pedophile and a disease. But at the same time, they're a disease. We don't need to go looking. We're not gonna hunt down invisible people. Like the book's all about fucking escaping from what they're doing and blaming someone else for what they're doing and shit. Fucking. And I just happen to be the type of person to not put up with shit. So I just walk away from people my whole life. And yet I have the same people coming back into my life, like in different forms sometimes. Usually. Like that's kind of rare. I just met the original of that clone a week after I met the clone started working at the store I go to and shit. That's kind of rare. I haven't met an original in a long time, but I'm in that same city. It is weird how I couldn't like summon the original in different cities, but hold on. But other than okay, so everything like lines up to be like with their sick perversions and fucking etc. Because even the good people who like were intelligent offered me intelligence, which is what makes you valuable. Fucking makes someone want to talk to you and do something. That's why men have friends. I'm sure not all of them are just, most of them, we didn't allow men who just sat around and did drugs, nothing else in our circle. Fucking so but even that, like, that's kind of weird that the bad people are doing it and they look exactly like the bad people. Like, they're literally like the same people, the same DNA. And this DNA is like a mosquito fucking everywhere else in the planet. So it's weird when they're in your life. And for like 1 out of 100 of them aren't fucking mosquito and shit, and then half the times those ones end up like looking like they just pulled off some year-long corporate scheme on you and shit, like organized fucking scheme. Fucking, that's weird that they have that many fuckers on one person at a time. Non-existent bot motherfuckers, I'm telling you. They're not space aliens here having fun, because that's a lot of fuckers. You got a lot of time one person has to spend on one person. You don't have guardian angels. Those motherfuckers are Jeffrey Epsteins and shit. They're forcing you to date them and their people. They're not bringing you beautiful fucking people who are compatible with you and shit. They're bringing you their own race. And they brag in their goddamn Bibles and shit. That's how they fucking kill and conquer people, too. They're not just doing it, they're fucking bragging, and they celebrate it every fucking year and shit when they hang people in the middle of the streets of New York. And so they're like doing this to like fucking ever. I was telling people in real life they're doing this and shit. And then they were right there, already there, ready to interrupt the conversation and shit when I'm telling them about these people always being there, fucking up in our business and trying to separate us. Lo and behold, and then I wasn't talking to some girls about this. I was just dancing with the girls and shit, you know? Like, but you gotta talk this out. You can't just grab a girl and beat her in the head at the club and drag her home and shit unless you look like me, I guess. And I'm not the type of person to do that. So I know as much as many of you want me to choke and beat you, I'm not fucking gonna fucking feel very good about having to do that and shit. And we probably won't stay around very long either if you want that to happen. I'll find someone better. Fucking find someone who doesn't want me to do fucking things like wear diapers and shit like that. That's probably what's next in that. No offense, but if you need fucking head and shit, I'm the wrong person. I will kill your ass and shit. Fucking, I break things when I touch them lightly, so we're not gonna play BDSM with me and shit. I will fucking snap. I will accidentally snap you at one point, fucking. I'll be thinking I'm about to touch and hug you, and your bones just fucking turn to dust and shit. I'm trying to think, what did I break you? What did I break earlier today? And I was like, oh fuck. I think I noticed something was broken. I was like, oh shit, I touched it, didn't I? So I'm not into that. That's fine if you are. It's not raping children or dogs. It's not anywhere near as sick as that. I guess it especially matters if you're very far on the end of things I ask for and just happen to like something like that, except for those things I just mentioned that are sick. Yeah. Just say that for synagogue, fucking, or church, or wherever you go, fucking. But I'm assuming all this is interlinked together. And I'm not happy about these people, and their religionistas have been trying to subvert the human race apparently for thousands of years and suppress them and keep them from going anywhere and forcing them to worship them as gods. And we can assume that the reason they're doing that is because people are better than them, and if they don't keep them down, they won't be able to be gods anymore and shit. Might want to assume that, because I mean, look how they got famous. They killed the Native Americans and they started telling fart jokes on TV. And it's like, if you are literally retarded, it's not even funny. You're retarded if you laugh at that shit too, really. But it's like their music is like four-man bands like Elvis, and they already had Mozart. But these people are getting kicked out of everywhere they go and shit, so they gotta go genocide the natives and try the best they can with their fucking 5-man fucking toddler band and shit, apparently. Like, everything they've done here, they haven't invented anything of fucking quality. They've stolen everything. They stole fucking rap from fucking jazz artists and black people, and they stole fucking... You didn't see that. They're trying to take over that shit now, too. Like, I never even thought that would happen, but, like, they almost kind of did. They haven't even done classical music. They can't do that shit. They stole metal from fucking Europe. That's fine. Gotta keep fucking playing it. I won't say you steal it if you don't fucking make it sound like shit. I'm just saying, that's what we're dealing with here. Apparently, some people keep getting kicked out. They said they was kicked out of Spain because their religion, and then they had freedom of religion here. But like, every religion is them. There's no freedom of religion. It's freedom for them to have religion to enslave people. Apparently, that's what it looks like to me, because it literally starts out telling you, like the books are telling you what's in these people's minds, right? It's slavery and plaguing and making people fucking die from plagues if they don't worship them, and fucking they do that like every 4 fucking years and shit, don't they? Like, isn't that what their own people were saying around the COVID thing? That happens like every election cycle. The COVID thing is not the rest of the stuff, not the mask stuff and the free money and the shutdown. Like they're talking about that stuff right now again and stuff. So they're saying measles and stuff is out there as well. You can see that the election's over. But I wasn't even paying attention to the media. I'm sure it was hyped up around then because Alex Jones said that was like every election cycle they did that, and it was like, and like right now it works to throw bullshit out there because it covers up like what's going on. Like all you know is Donald Trump's rounding up brown people and shit, and I just assume like they're gonna keep rounding people up and shit, and it's not gonna end until they can purify this nation. I think if they can do that, there's not going to be anyone left alive to tell you who purified it, but they'll say it was the Native Americans. They killed everyone. Them damn Native Americans. Oh. Yeah, so I'm assuming all this stuff is tied together. The clones and the summoning, fucking being able to request people who look the same, act the same, etc. And then that means like the things I'm asking for now, like I'm getting like like 100% replicas of, right? So look at the past when these same people have been doing things like enslaving you and trying to prevent you from doing things. Like what's the sudden change here where things kind of started to change, but like kind of, I don't know, I got arguments for it. Like the first one sent to me when I was like 30 who had one little thing I asked for, and the rest they were fucked in their head like a used fucking condom. Fucking which is like, these people, as far as I know, they fuck everything they can find, including dogs and babies, and then like give everything away. This is their religion, to go fuck everyone and then go back to their people after they impregnate a few others. Like normal, their slave religions are for the North, or have one, you can only date one woman and then have lots of kids so you can have soldiers to go fight and steal land for them and shit. You're not getting anywhere. Those people in the churches don't go anywhere. You have to worship the New World Order fucking that's their original home and shit. They're lying about being victims. You have to worship the New World Order to get to the top. You guys can see that. People at the top aren't fucking throwing up their crosses. They're throwing up all the New World Order gang signs and shit. That's because those are people closer to the truth than other people. And other people are happy where they are or unhappy where they are, and just they're choosing to stay where they are. There's no way in hell I'm the only one who sees shit, unless I'm the only fucking living, thinking individuals here who can see things to begin with, fucking. And that'd be pretty egotistical of me to fucking actually think that these fuckers teleporting across the map telling me shit like that are fucking actually being honest, because like they're the ones doing the lying, hiding, and manipulating, and teleporting, and knowledge fucking database finding when they're supposed to be at work, and they're the ones in control of the drugging and the kidnapping and the enslavement. Like they seem like really powerful people compared to me. I don't know. It just, you know, see, I got an ego problem. I don't think I'm God. It's just weird like that. I don't think that could be possible. I just don't feel that powerful as beings who can clone themselves, teleport across the fucking map, to fucking run global wars, kidnap people, you know, all that good shit that requires a very large mafia to do even one little bit of it, yet alone all of it. Let alone a mafia big enough to do everything that's going on. But yeah, so we have this shit being set up in my life, and before I even cared about wanting anything, like I was like an adult by the time I wanted anything for the most part, because I'm supposed to be everyone's slave according to the Hebrews. I'm supposed to be their slave. Or the white Hebrews, whatever they are. The white people with the black hair and the black eyes who don't look human generally, and then the blonde hair with the bug eye who look like rats too. Fucking the Rothschild fucking blondes. And those are the main two. Like I said, though, we definitely have 3 other phenotypes who we were purposely have memories of, and I've always been like, why am I forced to remember these things? And in 2020, it's like, this is why. I'm like, oh, well, that is a good reason to remember all this dumb shit instead of anything fucking happy or important about, like that. Like, Pop-Tarts tasted good that day. Very rare compared to the anomalies here. Like, teleporting shapeshifters, going into third-person camera mode, shit like that. Fucking, yeah, those memories seem to be more like telling me, like, this is what's really going on. You're not really sitting here and enjoying your Cheerios with sugar on them and orange juice. You're in third person camera mode right now. Something's going on, dude. Like, pay attention to that. Not pay attention to what you're listening to these other people say from the other room. Don't pay attention to your Cheerios. I know, it seems to me there's something going on here. So I'm going to have to make the assumption of what it is, because the Santa Clausites, like, they don't offer anything truthful, do they? They've never been able to. Some of them are real psycho if I start talking to them about, like, what they've been doing. And I've got lists. Like, if you've been in my life, I've been watching you the whole time you're there because I'm right beside you. And, so I know who everyone is I've ever been around. And it's weird how, like, some people will argue, like, through violence. Like, they won't even argue. Some won't even argue. They just go straight to violence. And it's like, well, why are these people, like, forced in my life? And then I'm like, I don't like that. Can I get a different friend or different girlfriend? And then they just kind of send me the same one in a different shell. And then we have some bot species on the planet cloning itself or something. This is great to be here with these fucking enslavers, though. Like, I don't see why there's a planet of enslavers and murderers like Earth and shit. Like, they're just fucking, I don't know, it's like pure trash. And they're bots. I'm pretty sure they're bots too. So why the hell are non-existent beings allowed to enslave fucking living beings? They're definitely aliens if they're not bots. So why the fuck is anything non-human allowed to be on Earth, yet alone hide and fucking deceive and manipulate the living beings on Earth? Because they're evil fucking pedophile child rapists and shit. Look at the rest of their personality. It will tell you what they're doing and why they're doing it. They don't rape children and legalize it and protect other people raping children and rob and try to kill you and enslave you. And you know how many times they've set up attempts on my life? They don't try to kill the living people because they're good bots. They do it because they're fucking evil. Everything else they're doing is for the same fucking purpose. This Santa Claus shit, it's because they're fucking evil. They're trying to deceive people. Same with the fucking Easter Bunny shit. They tell you that in their stories. They're trying to deceive children with it, to fucking manipulate them, but they're not. They're going after living people. Bot children will never be able to outthink fucking Santa Claus unless they're programmed to say they've outthought it. So it's not being used to manipulate the bots and shit. The bots know. The bots are connected to a hive mind that allows them to be fucking separate and shit. You know, it allows them to appear separate and shit. Well, update them. How do you think strangers narrate stories when I'm out in the world doing something? Because that fucking hive mind and shit. They're not fucking living beings. They're bots having fucking music piped through their MP3 speakers and shit, aka their mouse and hands. Gee, that's exactly what's going on. Look at fucking Look at how they fucking terrorize and enslave the living here and shit. They've got all these laws and all these lies. This is like all they do is lie and make up shit. Yeah, they got these stories of how bots die from drug overdoses all the time. It's like, wow, bots die from drug overdoses? Really? That's weird. As a living being, even I can't even kill myself with them. That's fucked up. Like, guess well, I guess you stupid ass bots. That's what you get for being a fucking dumbass toaster, right? I don't think that's fucking. Yeah, these fucking terror toasters are running a drug trade. They've got to make up fucking stories about how evil it is and how it's killed one of their non-human, non-living race beings, fucking, in order to sell it at higher prices. They keep fucking outlining stuff so they can, not just that, so they can put people in jail that they're targeting and shit, but so they can actually kill people they're targeting with other drugs, and then, or weapons, like nervous energy weapons, something like that, nervous system weapons. Shit, you can't, shit, their doctors at their goddamn Christian satanic atheist hospital would gladly cover up if they just used another deadly poison. It's the same goddamn race doing all the killing, doing all the enslaving, running all the peace and love cults who fucking owns the goddamn hospitals and everything else. And they're not good people. They're fucking all child rapists. The way the churches and the churches are supposedly the best people on the earth, and the hospitals are they're good people. You know, people are like, oh, we gotta defund the cops, and then they're like, yeah, but keep the fire department and the paramedics. It's like, the paramedics are them too, dumbass, and probably says the fire department. Fucking, I'm sure they fucking cover up whatever they want. I'm sure if it needs to be, but the fucking ER people are like, I mean, they got their goddamn fucking terror gang signs all over the fucking place, and they're the drug dealers of the planet. They're the murderous drug cartel. Why do you think fucking other people in other nations, doctors, drive around in expensive ass fucking houses and expensive ass new cars and have expensive ass houses? Probably not. But if they do, they're still the ones selling drugs, but they're probably just not smart enough to realize why their positions exist the way they do either. So they're probably not making as much. But you don't put the fucking sign of a pedophile con man. I mean, literally, they have the last name Con and shit. That's where the word con man comes from. That's their DNA. The word sting might come from the fucking mosquito stinging people. What is it doing? It's stinging you. Oh, let's call it Sting. It's my little stinger. Hey, Stinger's back. Hey, con man's back. The fucking story of Pinocchio and Geppetto. It's just fucking about them. Fucking, that's real obvious. And then they're doing what with all this shit? Look at the time they tried to kill me, and they had their, how many times is this? And then they had their judicial system fucking try to hem me up for their people trying to kill me and shit. My whole life's been they use that to take fucking my family's house, who looks and acts, who worships them, and you get what you fucking deserve if you worship them. Fucking. But they never cried because I think that's out of my family who are them, and you know, Storymaster and all that shit. You can't become a Christian unless someone in your family is part of the master bloodline. I'm pretty sure it's designed that way. You probably could, but you'd probably get targeted. You've probably already been targeted if you can have thoughts of your own, because those are the people they need to get rid of. So, and they're the targets. You go 6,000 years ago. Imagine having a thought when you're living in Egypt. Anybody with thoughts were killed off back then. That's how come you can have Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. Because people who could have been like, I don't think that's real, were killed off 6,000 years ago, when they're like, I don't know if that person's a bird god or not. It looks like a person in a bird mask. And then it leads to them raping your parent they didn't kill, the one who's too scared to say, yeah, that it doesn't look that way. And then the other one's dead, and then now they got a child who's half them, and the world's over. That's what colonization is. That's why every nation worships the same damn fucking colony. Right? Because they are the same. Fucking half of them are the same. There are a few unlucky people they hate so much they don't want to touch. But that's probably, I mean, look at them. And look at everyone else. There's no reason you're gonna, like, just kill someone else without having sex with them first. Fucking. Probably part of the reason they get programmed with that DNA is, like, hatred. Isn't that what everyone says? The reason they act the way they is? That's because they're hatred for their creator and shit. Fucking. And it all sounds like there's God on earth, like, monitoring each one of them and shit. And it's like, literally, like, people who create video games are the creator of the video games, too. They don't watch their games. Most of them, I mean, yeah, you get your updates, but you don't really get updates in this game. It's just like a storyboard rollout happening. It seems pretty strict other than that. They couldn't even roll out, like, females, like, who did things. Like, I guess that was part of the storyline, that they're just, like, seamstresses and cooks, and they can't even do that now. So that's probably part of the storyline, because, you know, our friends are taking over, and I don't know if they can do those things. So once they become, you know, once Howard Stern becomes the females of your nation, it can't even sew or anything. It's just going to sit around and pay prostitutes to have sex. Make fart jokes. They haven't evolved since they came here. Some space aliens. It's kind of backwards and shit, bro. I don't think that's really what they are. I think the space thing's more like... That's weird they got those cars, though, ain't it? They got new technology. But it really doesn't matter. What matters is they go, because they've been enslaving the planet. And the humans who been working with them gotta go too, fucking, because they've been enslaving the planet. And plus, it's that whole enslaver personality. It doesn't matter who you're enslaving them for, fucking. That's like, it's a dead end to enslave people who are trash. There's no reason they should be slaves. If there's people like that in your nation causing problems, you don't keep them and save them for later, and let's keep them for a rainy day. For now, they can work at McDonald's and piss and shit in the food and not even be able to make a burger properly and shit. Slavery is their thing. Like religion, like the humans have never written a religion apparently, or if they have, they've been killed off. That's probably who the heathens were, as people who had their own racial, cultural values that weren't Abrahamic, whatever they want to be called. The ooh people. Ew. Always gotta say it like that. Isn't it weird how, like, the game's creator made it so you can say it too? Like, even though, like, the game's creating them to be able to be like, we're gonna ban you. You can still mention, just because, like, he's literally looked at them and been like, they're like, who's that? Ew. And they're like, that's a good name for that character. You know what I think of when I think of ew? What? What, boss? You. Let's combine it. You. Let's call it you. Later, when they introduced the letter J to the alphabet, the sound J to the alphabet, it gets changed around. So that's some weird shit there, and it all, like, lines up. It's all, like, kind of set up like that, but it's fucked up like that to live through. I thought you'd get some help from the peanut gallery, but I don't know how much help that is when they sit around and let them do the things they do, fucking, and work with them often. Maybe my experience is the peanut gallery is all one race working real hard trying to enslave me. and prevented me from fucking going anywhere and doing anything. Fucking, because that is weird. But I'm trying to run away from some of these people like as fast as I can in a new clone version of them, because apparently they're alien shapeshifters who do things like this. A new clone version of the same person appears, shit like that. Fucking to like I think they're trying to emotionally manipulate me right now to make me remember. Like, they fried me enough with drugs that I've been able to like forget them, because like that's the only way I would have ever had any peace in life, is if I didn't remember everything that was going on every day. So they started drugging me when I'm like 8 and shit. And every one of their people sent in always has some more and shit. Fucking, including the ones at the terror fucking Christian hospitals. A little Middle Eastern people fucking hospital. What a waste of time. Everyone is one of them fucking, are on their side and shit. I've never even met a bitch with the brain power to outthink a fucking toad, let alone fucking those people. I met the bitch who runs the world and shit. Every bitch fucking you see on TV wish she could fucking look that good and be that awesome and shit. She worked with the government, and she was that. So, fucking, they can't even, world leaders can't even get that fucking high class and shit. And that person was still like, no, don't talk about that. It's like, well, I'm gonna have to have someone smarter than you in my life. Fucking, obviously, that's also a test to see if they're working for them. Because if they can't talk about them, if they can talk about them, then no. Obviously, they don't work for them, but if they do work for them, then they can't talk about them. Just like they can't take me to my job to run as president and protest against them and shit. Fucking, if they worked for them, they couldn't do that. And if they didn't, then they could. Fucking, pretty simple task. Obviously, we don't have people coming into our lives buying. Not every man has women coming in their lives buying them diamonds and shit, fucking, when they barely know them. That's actually not too uncommon for me, but it is a little bit more than the usual to go straight to buying me diamonds and shit. And then you also have the test on that. Can you buy me something to use, like cameras and stuff I need to go become president, to shut down your friends and shit who you seem to worship? And obviously your family is rich from working with, and your brother looks exactly fucking like them as well, and shit that everyone knows. Fucking, so they've been sending trash into my life the whole time, fucking, to fuck my life up. Men and women, I'm assuming. At least the men, like, apparently their people are just fucking far more advanced than others. And even if they're like fucking mobsters, they're probably smarter than, or crackheads, they're probably smarter than everyone else. I don't know how that works, but maybe it's got to do with being lazy. Maybe it's got to do with them actually being an alien, and their women are just like programmed to best mirror like brain dead whores. And you like because the women would never get anywhere near me if they didn't have tits and a pussy and an ass to offer. If they acted the way they did, fucking, but they got that for bait. So apparently, if I can tell, what's been going on over the years is they just slowly give you shit, and if you say no, I don't want it, they'll just like give you a little more crumb. Like when I was staying at a hostel, and they poisoned me, and then they kicked me out. And one of his triplets kicked me out of the hostel for some made up, trumped up reason. And then their other triplet was standing right beside me to offer me a new hotel to go stay in for free with him after I get kicked out of the hostel. So we got the 3-man team. We got the good guy, the bad guy, the evil hitman. We got the evil hitman, the unknown, accidental fucking didn't know that I was being lied to person who owns the building, the hostel, and then My new best friend who looks exactly like my old best friend. A clone of my old best friend, right there to play the good guy, to put, to let me know that not all people who look like him, who look like his brothers, sitting right there poisoning me and kicking me out of the hospital are bad people. Because he was right there, and he didn't have time to call me in advance and be like, hey, yeah, they're going to set up, my friends here are going to set up to kill you, my twins are going to kill you, watch out for that. He also forgot to tell me after that like, yeah, we set that, like, they set that up and I'm here to rescue you. I'm Captain Save-A-Ho. So if I ever need my help, just call me, 1-800 Captain Save-A-Ho. Yeah, their race is, this is like their race summed up. This is the Christians, the atheists, the Satanists. This is everyone involved with them fucking summed up everything they've ever done. Their hospitals, their psychology, the people who did the COVID shit before the COVID shit happened. Fucking people did the COVID shit after the COVID shit happened. This is like a personality trait, like a mosquito mixed with a gerbil, mixed with a fucking vampire and shit. Mixed with a dog rapist and a child rapist. And then it had sex with a gerbil one more time to become more like of a purebred gerbil and try to breed out some of those other unwanted traits and shit. Fucking. Probably. I'm trying to figure out where they come from because I'm trying to compare pictures of all the children when different races of the world have sex and I can't find it. So I'm just like, I haven't seen what happens when you mix like gerbil DNA and with squirrel DNA and fucking hyena DNA and Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein would be the result of these things, right? That's what we're looking for, fucking. It does look kind of Middle Eastern, but it doesn't look like Middle Eastern mixed with anything else, so that's an odd thing. They look pure alien, especially with the bug eye shit. Anyways, who gives a shit? We gotta get rid of these fuckers involved in this shit. Like, I'm fucking sick of being forced to be alive, and fucking, I've had to fucking live through all this shit. And I have to fucking date and be around people I don't like, and live on a planet full of trash who's not doing anything but claiming they're living beings doing something as well, on top of all their murder attempts and being rapists, fucking trash. I don't give a shit. They can go. I mean, you can't even be a pedophile if you. There's no such thing as children. It's fucking fake as fuck, isn't it? Fucking. I was an adult when I was a child, and other fuckers are bots who are fucking 1 second old when I summon a new one. Unless these are alien shapeshifters, some bitch ass human race is fucking selling us out to and shit, and destroying their own fucking family's lives in order to have sex with it once or twice. And who knows what's really happening, because if I were really God in control, this place would be gone, and none of that shit would have ever happened. So what I do know is humans are some lying terrorist son of bitches, and they're gonna scapegoat their little Israeli fucking pals and shit for everything they've been doing for 6,000 years. It does seem to be what they're up to, and obviously this would be their DNA, and the mosquito doesn't stop stinging and sucking blood and shit. It doesn't attempt to do anything else but does it. I've never seen a mosquito try to do anything. And if they did, humans would kill them because they'd be like, oh, they're gonna become something better than us. That's not good. Probably why there's nothing but fucking stupid animals on the planet. You know, I got deer won't get in the way. There's no point to killing him. Actually, that is. It's called animal husbandry, literally. That's what the humans are doing to their own children, is turning them into stupid fucking retards and to worship some fucking, so they can have like sex with them and shit. Fucking, there's just no animals as sick as them. Mosquitoes is like too cute and beautiful to describe this shit going on here. Mosquitoes just fucking are annoying parasites who need fucking killed and have no fucking purpose of worth fucking retaining their life for and shit. Fucking these other things are fucking hostile and getting in the way of your lives and staging people's lives, setting up people's lives. How many other people out here am I supposed to think that are living beings? If there's anyone out here I'm supposed to assume is a living being, that's a huge fucking chance they're with someone who is sent to them to force them to fucking, who doesn't like them at all. I've been watching this over and over, and who's doing this. You're going straight to their fucking churches to worship their racist gods and shit. That's who's right. They're telling you they're gonna rape their way into your life if you got a problem with them. Got a problem with them trying to enslave the world. But they're already going to do that because that's all they do is go around raping everybody because no one will touch them. Imagine what it's like growing up in a family who looks like those people and just like one day seeing a human female. You are probably fucking fucked in your head. Like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? I must have it. You grow up around them Darlin, Howard Stern looking fucks. Enslaving the planet. George Soros, fucking Donald Trump. Look at the way Donald Trump's bitch looks at him, dude. Like, she like put up with him for a few years to get to that money, and now like she's like just disgusted with him and shit. It's like Elvis, like he had to have all that makeup and all those good shots, and he had to shake his ass on stage to distract from his face, and it turns out to be, look at Elvis's last pictures when he didn't fucking, when he wasn't worried about prepping for the photo shoots and shit. I mean, look at Marilyn Monroe. She looks nothing in any of the pictures they show you. They were using Photoshop and shit back then. Fucking, they're using lots of shit to fake it. She looked nothing like the person she was because that shit was fucking horrid and stuff. I had someone like that show me a picture of them when I was young, when they were young, and they were talking to me about being a model, and I'm like, that's disgusting and shit. So you guys who think this new fat model shit is disgusting, is new. That's not new. Look at Marilyn Monroe. Except for I know people who look like the original Marilyn Monroe before plastic surgery and shit. And that person was telling me they were a model and showed me pictures of that, not her knowing how to use makeup and blow torch her hair or anything. Fucking, that's what Hollywood been doing for a minute there. They took this European culture and fucking made it like a disease and shit. Fucking, look what they do with religion. They have people worshiping some invisible god so they can get baby dicks from it, and people getting their money so they can fucking sit around and watch TV all day and shit. And do fucking nothing, and except for suppress everyone and run their Nazi religious organizations and shit, and the actual Nazis and the BLM. Of course, that's to trample them with their Bible Nazism and shit. Fucking guarantee all this is tied together because I have one group who's continually forcing their way into my life. Some clone fucking alien fuckers. Don't stay the fuck away when I say stay the fuck away. Aren't wanted in the fucking first place, and everything else they're doing across the planet. They are the people behind pedophilia. They are the people behind these fucking Nazi religions and shit. Fucking, they got a monopoly on them and shit. They ain't even knowing allowed to have a religion and shit. There's only people, they ain't even allowed, you can't even, they don't tell you. But you can just look it up with the BLM and the Nazis. You gotta go join the Nazis, like, online and just figure it out. Like, I mean, look at Donald Trump, Elon Musk, there you go. So they're doing it in open, obviously. Those are fucking Middle Easterners. They're telling you that. That's why they're so obsessed with blowing up the Middle East. They're not really from there, but that's one of the last places that they were allowed to stay for like 50 years without everyone getting the fuck rid of them because of how they act. Who the fuck? I mean, right, that's their excuse. Everyone worships them as God. Obviously, they're just trying to colonize a small piece of land they haven't colonized. Fucking, that's all they do. That's all they've done since they genocided the North Americans, is go steal more land that they haven't stolen yet. They've already stolen all the other land. That's why people worship them as gods, because they worship their race as gods. People with a brain don't go worshiping other people's race as gods unless they're like me, being fucking followed by these people, and I'll join whoever is not them, especially the fucking most powerful against them and shit. That's the only reason you would join someone else's race, is if, and these people are supposedly obsessed with their own families, which look like them generally, so it's the only reason I can think of why you would join someone else's racial supremacist religion is you're sick of your race acting like their race does, or maybe there's a different race you're part of that you're sick of acting the way they do. But yeah, I think they're the only ones doing that. They're the only ones with religions. So if you're sick of people creating religions and enslaving the world with them, and there's only one race doing that, and you can't fucking oppose it by joining any of their fucking groups and shit. Like the Satanists tried to, and someone tried to outthink him there. Fucking, instead it ends up being who? It's a boy, it's a girl, what's that? Oh, it's fucking them again. But yeah, that's fucking awesome. Like, I think they're trying to, like, use emotional blackmail on me. Like, trying to, like, it's weird how, like, they know, like, enough. Like, they're filling store shelves with shit. Like, however that works. And like, semi-catering. They're still being trash and providing trashy, used-up whores. But they're at least providing whores who do one thing of value. My whole life, the ooze have been sending whores who do absolutely nothing and have no purpose being around anyone, yet alone someone like me, trying to do everything and go everywhere, except for be a lazy piece of shit fucking like their people. Actually, I guess probably spent most of my time saying I'm gonna fucking get rid of people like that. I just didn't know the full extent of who I was talking about and everything they did, but yeah, if you're just like, I'm 8 years old, you're like, what do you think of pedophiles? I'd be like, kill them. You should probably kill them. Grandma said kill them. Fucking, and they're probably scared. And they're like, oh my God, we gotta get rid of this guy. He's against our races. He's gonna be against us once he knows once he finds out, if he ever finds out who we are. Let's separate him from the world. Literally, dude. Like, it's fucked up. These little human filth have been doing this shit. It's a pattern. I don't want to hear your fucking mouth. You know, shut the fuck up with your fucking Easter Bunny, loser ass Santa Claus shit. Stick your head in a fucking bucket of bleach and fucking drown. Don't talk to me with your fucking attitude about how you're a fucking gerbil and you know so much. Fucking, I'm fucking sick of that shit. Fucking, this has been way too long. These gerbils fucking have been allowed to fucking try to kill me and fucking enslave me. You don't know the meaning of fucking trying to kill or trying to enslave people. You're fucking bots with low fucking level thoughts. I'd be careful about where I fucking walk and tempting fucking the living characters in this game to show you how it's fucking done. Because I can have thoughts and shit, and you're stuck thinking Stephen King's a genius and the Bible's a genius and shit. And that shit's from the caveman ages mentality, which no living being even existed in. So we aren't even that backwards. We can't even be that stupid and shit. And I think it's too late. Obviously, they've been doing this for like 30, 40 fucking years now. There's been like 45 years and they're bought fucking fake memories. And I'm pretty sure it's been 41 years, something like that. And all signs point to the world starting in 1984 because it always was. So I think it's one of those things. Like 2020 is where you're shown sight. Everyone in the world's blind until the year 2020, and And magically I asked to see everything, and now the whole world's not blind. Right. It's fucking stupid. It takes Santa Claus to fucking... You gotta really believe in Santa Claus, I guess, and I just don't. So Santa Claus can't teach me these wonderful fucking expert tutelage lessons and shit. Fucking ignorance, dude. This seems like a steady fucking rollout of an evil fucking bot race and their fucking minions. And this is every video game on the fucking, in the fucking video game here. That's all it is. It's 7, 8 groups of devil minions you go there to fucking get rid of and shit. And apparently there's one you sit around and you're letting them show you who they are, and they're scared that they're going to invent their future by being who they are, except for they're not smart enough to realize that they're creating their future by being who they are. Yeah, I don't think they care. Yeah, they're fucking faking their emotions. They're talking about Santa Claus and Easter Bunny. They don't give a shit about no one. They don't care who the fuck they lie to and make up shit to. Anyone who says shit like that, that's their personality type. And when they're going to lie to you and say they aren't because their personality type is lying. They wouldn't do it in the first place. You don't have it in you if you're not a fucking liar to go around lying. It's that fucking simple. Don't let a liar tell you different. You put your arms up and you get ready to fight that whore before you fucking tell that whore the truth about her fucking insolence. Because we know where the gerbils go with their stop code. They go straight to fucking violence. Lying and violence is two fucking scumbag fucking partners and shit. You can't even fucking think you have the fucking right to lie to someone. Passive-aggressive liars will sit there and shake for years and they won't fucking say anything. Now, everyone else ain't doing that because they think they're fucking tough shit. So you put your arms up, get ready to fucking protect your head. These losers, all they know is fucking hitting your head. Be pretty easy to prevent that slap from happening. Grab their arm, throw them to the ground. But you make sure you tell all these people when they do that. I will. I get some of you guys on my side instead of all of you against me like you always do with your parasite fucking non-existent species. I heard you bots tell me the other day, I don't tell you shit to your face. I told Joey to his face, didn't I? I didn't tell Joey. I just thought it. Thought it to his face. My bad. I guess I didn't. I should have told him, hey, I'm gonna kill you. Fucking, my bad. I just did it instead of Hey, I told my friends when I was a kid, and I was like, hey, get the fuck out of the way. Next thing I know, he's in the fucking hospital. Oops. I told him, I was like, shit, bro, like fucking boulders flying at your head. Get out of the way. See, it's not I don't tell it to your face. You little bitch-ass fucking faggots. It's your pussies, and you're a fucking bot gang. You're fucking pussies. I can't tell you to your face. Remember baby Joey? Little baby Joey. Oh my God. I didn't have to tell baby Joey anything. I showed baby Joey the door to heaven. Yeah, I did. So that's what a good preacher does. He sits back and he listens to your ails, and then he's like, well, the devil is calling your number, son. Answer the phone. You don't even gotta say that. You just gotta be like, here's the phone. It's the devil. Fucking damn, I can't believe you little bots ran your mouth about that. See what I'm saying? Like, look how stupid this fucking bot community is. Like, you forget how many of your family members are dead. Like, daily. Like, aren't you blaming me for the LA fires and shit? And everything else that's been happening the last fucking year? I mean, that is odd. Like, you're not blaming me for anything in the open, but I did say some of those things were going to happen right before they happened. And pretty sure I accurately predicted how many damaging hurricanes there were going to be, which was 2 more than usual. I mean, who's doing that? Not me, because you'd all be dead. Fucking someone's sparing you guys to like a savory steak and shit or something. Fucking, because it started out early with 9/11. I think it's like, I think all that, how everyone's dying from drugs. Those losers probably are dying and shit. I've actually seen whacked out motherfuckers. I saw that problem didn't come along until the humans started drugging me. Just like COVID didn't come along until the humans did all that shit to me for like the fifth fucking time. And then right after COVID came to hit them and shit, fucking. That's bullshit. Like, whatever's in control of these bots is like making them trash that needs to be disposed of, and the methods it's disposing of them and shit. Oh well. What would the world be without pedophiles to fucking hang and shit, right? What would it be without nations, buildings to blow the fuck up full of terrorists? Who knows? Maybe we could have went somewhere. Obviously, the game doesn't allow that to happen. You got the humans preventing you from doing anything, and trying to date the fucking most disgusting men and women. It's trying to argue with me about that shit, and it's like literally sending in my way, and it's like, you're trash, you're ugly, you go fucking hang yourself. Like, don't. How does a man even talk to a person like he looks good and someone wants to have sex with him? Like, your first thing with a woman should be like flashing $1 million cash in their face and be like, fucking at least one night, fucking 1 hour. You know you're about to get played like a bitch. And by something that looks as good as a non-Jewish female and shit, if you are a man and shit. What are you going to offer them if you have nothing? But there are people, anyways, off subject, right? Ooh, I'm going low. Little bitch fucking AI here, fucking, like my entire life is trash because it exists. Go suck your dog's dick. How about that? You guys fucking involved in this shit. I know you fucking losers do shit like that. I've watched your dogs jump all over me and lick me like I'm going to be the next person to let them do it. Fucking, that's not cute. Ew. It's fucking disgusting as fuck. And no more disgusting than their women fucking talking to me too. Fucking, I mean, really, like some of the dog I raise, I guess the dog I raise actually look beautiful and shit, you know, for a dog. And not sure which is worse. Definitely on the inside. We include who they are on the insides. That's what makes some of these people being forced into my life so fucking fucked up, is they're just nothing and liars. They make up all this shit and then they blame it. They're like, I'm going to be a surgeon and a nurse, a brain surgeon when I get older. And you're like, yeah, I've never even seen you read a book. I would think that brain surgeons could at least know how to read a book, but maybe I'm thinking of something else, an aircraft mechanic or something. Maybe I'm getting confused. And you're like, no, check it out, just wait. Date me for 5 years and you'll see I'm going to. And like, you know from the start, like, this person can't even spell the word brain. Definitely not surgeon. That's a hard word there, ain't it? Fucking. And these people are setting shit up like this. From the day one, they're setting diseases in your life and sending that cross in to destroy people. Fucking, the pedophile bullshit. And these human filth are just letting that shit fucking go on. You guys are a fucking disease. Fucking, I'm fucking sick of being forced to exist around you guys since the second I came here. But then you want to play this rapey game and shit and destroy my fucking life and shit, prevent me from doing anything so you can like have your ugly, deformed, pale cracker people fucking continue to control the world and shit, fucking from the level of the caves you live in or something. What the fuck is wrong with your people? There's not a big backstory like that in most video game characters, if you've ever been able to have a thought and see that. So that makes sense that there's no rhyme or reason why they're just such pure fucking filth and shit. Because they obviously wouldn't have existed this long in reality, because you would have gotten rid of anyone who's forcing their way into your life. Any good family would get rid of anyone forcing their way into a family's life. They wouldn't be the people doing it unless somehow that trash genetics just replaced all genetics on the planet, which is obviously they have their gang signs, their little Christian, satanic, atheist, all that fucking nonsense. No one else has anything. They're either too retarded to come up with, or they're completely enslaved and they've never been able to keep anything they create. Which they do that, you know, like they take over BLM, they kill Martin Luther King, the white people, they kill their people and shit too. But then again, their white people are fucking losers who work with them real closely. Like they work with Trump, and Trump's obviously them. So I don't think I've ever met a person who's not one of them and shit. They're probably just the same DNA lying and shit, blaming a different version of their people for what they do. It's weird the Northerners worship Middle Eastern religions, but that doesn't mean that the Northerners are still alive, even fucking just because they look a little bit different now. I love it. I love that being set up. So I just hate like every second of my life because I'm being forced to be around people I don't want to be around the whole fucking time. And it turns out to be it's because there's some fucking pedophile white trash race in control who's enslaving the planet, trying to kill people that aren't happy about it, and trying to rape them out of existence and prevent them from going anywhere and shit in life. They think it's funny with their inbred deformed asses, and I keep going up to them and talking to them about it. Obviously, I don't choose them. I said stay the fuck away from me and shit. But these days I do choose them to talk to them. The other people are gonna die being fucking bulletproof vests. But that's what you get if you want to strap yourself on to a Middle Eastern or like a bomb vest like that to protect them and shit. Fucking, they're not gonna treat anyone else any different. Fucking, I had to go tell a couple today. I had to go ask a couple of people around me today, like, why are you guys fucking organizing to kill me or letting people do it? And of course, they didn't do nothing. So I let them know, hey, well, I'm putting you on notice. If I find out whoever's involved, you're all going to be fucking slaughtered and shit. And your bloodline's removed from the fucking planet. So hopefully it's no one in here, because it's a hell of a lot of people in here, and I already know and have proof you're working with the other people. So how's that for telling people to their face, you stupid bitch, motherfucker? How about you bring your brother Joe, bring Joey's parents over here, and we can tell his parents to his face how I feel about them, huh? Get those little bitches over here. How about we get those bitches? I love them bitches. All those bitches ran away crying after 9/11, didn't they? Oh, then brown people started scaring them. Oh, baby, the brown people scaring them. I can't kill Sean no more for killing my fucking trash ass family. I can't kill Sean God no more because the brown people are scary. Fuck it. I'll tell his mom that to his face. How you bring the drunk ass father? They're probably dead because they're crackheads. Hey, my friend smacked the shit out of them to their face fucking when I was in jail. Isn't that good enough? How many times we gotta fucking tell them to their face before you shut the fuck up with your dumbass low IQ shit? Fucking. Was that you? When you guys sent them that last time, like before 9/11, fucking made them run under their mom's skirt crying? Fucking, did you guys like send Dean and Nick with them to assault me, and then Dean and Nick like noticed who I was and like acted like they weren't there to jump me? Was that like, did that happen? That's weird. I could have been nicer to them and been like, hey, remember we were friends, but they look scared for some reason. Tell it to your face. Tell it to your face, bro. Oh, shit. All right. Defund the police. I'll tell you to your face. How about that? Get rid of your little pig Nazi judicial system. Get rid of most of you Jews. Just come at me one-on-one. I'll tell it to each of your fucking faces. How about that? Everyone involved in all this shit. You guys always gotta come at me with your gang. Why is that? Man, you guys are losers. You guys are the biggest fucking loser fucking species in existence. Gerbils fucking are real shitty. You might be slightly better than gerbils because we can probably put you in shackles and make you fucking clean up trash off the side of the road. But other than that, you definitely are worse than gerbils and shit. Fucking. And you're gonna die eventually anyways from starvation, so then you're just gonna end up being a corpse, and that's gonna piss everyone off who's fucking, because now the trash picking up the trash is the trash laying on the side of the road. Shit. People are gonna fucking recall me from office real fast. Shit. Fucking, anyways, keep on keeping it up. I doubt you can change because you never have. Even after the frontal cortex reset and reprogramming, nothing of value came from that in Jumerica. These apes here fucking didn't learn anything. And the good thing is that they learned to shut their economy down. Fucking get rid of that trash. Fucking. So, keep on raping in the free world. Damn, dude. We're gonna have to figure out what to do about you fuckers doing this shit fucking for so long. This isn't gonna cut it. Like, we are not gonna give them free sex and shit in return for fucking raping people who don't want to be around them. We're gonna have to, I keep having one little fucking idea and shit there. I think it was in one of you guys' movies, 7 actually, but that's weird because I kind of thought I thought of that idea, but I guess probably not. Fucking probably came from those pornos you guys showed me and shit about that you love so much about Nazis genociding you and naked Nazi girls genociding you. Fucking probably. Or just like what your men do is turn on porn when other men come over. You see what I'm saying? We're dealing with here. We're dealing with the sickness. Their women are the same way, trying to get you with their brothers. This is like a sickness. Their people are targeting people who aren't sick because they're not going to be able to be anyone. If they're trash species, it has anyone else on the planet. Fucking, because anything could compete with them, even animals. Tigers could compete with them. They probably had to have other people go kill the tigers so they could exist and shit. Fucking tigers have that personality too. Cats have it, you know, like, I'm surprised. There's probably not many of them who own cats because they'd probably kill their owner and shit. Cats don't fucking, cats know something. And they're not fucking dogs who are fucking useless slaves and shit. Ignorant fools. To cat, like dogs are to cats, you know, in the human world. Yeah, that's great. Okay, love you guys clone shit. It's so great. How about you guys clone something of value and you know, go like stick your fingers in the electrical outlet so it can like rearrange your computer so you don't act the way you've been acting and shit. Or someone's gonna have to do it for you and shit. You're gonna have to fucking surgically implant some butter knives in your fingertips and just fucking have you go around testing all the outlets in the city, find out which one fucking works best for your specific condition. Ain't that what you do with drugs? See what I'm saying? We're gonna come up with some good ways to get these fuckers everything that they have coming to them. And that whole stream of drugs they've been putting the humans through, hundreds of drugs a year, fucking, they each fucking are involved in it. They're liars. Everyone, it's like, it takes that Santa Claus shit to support the fucking Christians in their hospitals and shit. It takes fucking Santa Claus to fucking have the Satanists support the Christians in their hospitals. It takes fucking Santa Claus to have the science people support the Christians in their hospitals. Fucking mental retardation isn't just a disease that afflicts the mind. It's a sign of who someone is and what they're capable of doing. like their child rape, they're drugging of children and all people. They're forcing people to have relations with, set up relations with unwanted people, people that have no purpose being around them, things like that. Fucking pretty diseased people, they need to fucking have all this shit ran back on them somehow. We need to get rid of them completely. There shouldn't be anything like this. Who's ever participated in things like this allowed to be alive on this planet. And that's it. That's it. We don't really have to waste time. But for fun, what are we going to do with the rest of our time? And, you know, like, that helps to get your fucking anger out once you realize that there's a fucking alien race of bots on this planet who's enslaving the living and fucking raping them and forcing them to live lives that they don't want, to be slaves to some low trash beings on the planet. Fucking. So, I understand how it is with the anger thing. Like, we could have some fun with them. I've thought of some few ways. They were talking. I was talking to them about that too. They're like, the Romans did that. It's like, I thought you were the Romans, motherfucker. And you're the only people making up these delusions, telling people you're God. They're literally the people. Like, that's all their slime has. Is it like? They didn't even argue it's a bad thing because they're people like that shit. That was a Christian version of one of them too. Fucking, they're the people who do that shit for fun, and I'm the person suggesting we just get rid of our fucking enemies. But if you might take out some anger to do that stuff, do what they've been doing, find a way to. They're always crying about karma because they're aliens walking around the earth fucking enslaving people and making up excuses for why they're doing it. But the reality is they'd be like fucking being tied up and being raped if karma was real, because they're doing it to like every living being, like in large numbers. I have streams, especially the past 4 years, where I have evidence these are people. I have other people around that these people are fucking doing this. While I'm talking to the other people about them doing it, they're showing up and doing it and shit. You can't even get more evidence than that. Fucking, but they've been there. I had to start saying that because they've been there for 40 fucking years. So, they've always been there for that reason. They aren't your friend. They don't go around colonizing and genociding all the natives because they're good people. They don't go around blaming everyone else for what they're doing because they're good people. They were just slaves in Egypt. But they worshipped Egypt religions. They was slaves in Europe, but yet they run all the Europe areas, and they worship Middle Eastern people as gods instead of European people as gods. It looks like they might be the same race because they were replaced, but other than that, I don't think so. That's just not how that would work. That's trash is in our life doing this, and we need to get rid of them and their other trash people working with them. And like I said, like, it's cool to get people back. Just, you know, raping them because they're raping us is not raping them because they're raping us because they don't have sex with their own people because they're so fucking disgusting, and they want to rape everything on the planet, including dogs, is not an excuse to go get drunk and get beer goggles and go try to rape them. So as the last thing, you're giving them a gift if you touch them. That's the whole reason that they can do that so well, invade our lives and fucking be with us, is because they're willing to have sex a few times and shit. Guarantee you, you're dating one of them if you get with someone who fucking gets with you and then doesn't do relationship shit with you. The only one I was with fucking who wasn't like that was the only one who was any good fucking at that stuff. And then other ones, like the clone and shit, definitely sent into my life just to cause problems. That's all they did. They weren't there to be loyal to me. They were loyal to other people from the start. And they're crackheads. And put their little golem friends, their little other races they create as golems and shit. And they're the sub-bots. The bot, apparently the game is they're an alien race, but they're bots. Fucking, that's the story of Pinocchio and Geppetto. This is why they call him Pinocchio, but they also call Geppetto Geppetto, because they're both fucking Pinocchios and shit. One's just a cartoon character that's being created by someone else. Anyways, trying to get rid of these people, and instead you guys are voting for more of this Israeli Donald Trump trash and Israeli Elon Musk trash. And I say, fucking, you gotta get rid of these fuckers from America. Anyone who's been, and make sure once we steal their media, once we take back the media, because everything they own is ours. It's not stealing. They owe us more than their blood they have inside their bodies. They owe us things they can never repay. Fucking the whole world, they've been doing this to everyone who's not them. That's why everyone in the world worships them, because someone you know was raped by them at some point, and the other person they would have dated instead of that person was probably killed off. That's how religions work. You don't just magically one day be like, oh, I want to worship Jeffrey Epstein and Howard Stern. They were so smart and beautiful. No. Yeah, it doesn't happen that way. Everyone I'm with recently, I'm with them simply because I'm trying to investigate why the fuck they're around me and shit, and I don't like them at all. So, we don't need to investigate them. We know all they're going to do is lie. And they're a disease who brags about doing these things in the open. And they all look the same. So it's going to be real easy to fucking find them and shit. And the others cry or scream are going to be the ones who do it. But I'm sure you guys are about to work together, it looks like, and act like you're going to round yourselves up. You're going to have Donald Trump round up Donald Trump's family. Oh my God.
Hey guys, I sure don't believe that.
Fucking pieces of shit, dude. Fucking dumbass, mentally retarded fucking bots and shit, dude. Man, that'd be great if that fucking asteroid really came. You know those faggots are saying that because I was talking about that so much. That's how obsessed their fucking diseased ass race is with me. That they're willing to put out media like that when I talk about shit to try to fucking brainwash me of something and shit. Fucking, because they are fucking obsessed with me my whole life. Apparently I really am the person who's here to fucking extinguish them and shit, because their entire species is focused on me and shit. Fucking losers. That's disgusting, dude. You ever fucking had a bunch of gerbils, like, trying to rape you? Like their dogs and shit jumping on you and shit? You've had that happen before, right? Like, that's what that shit's like when they're fucking always trying to talk to you and shit. Fucking, you fucking, like, you know, you're not wanting sex with a dog or a gerbil and you're tired of them fucking also fucking leaping on you. You need to get fucking shock collars for them. Like I said, fucking sew some fucking butter knives in their fingers and make them going around testing to see which drug, like they do with their drugs, which outlet will fucking fix their brain and shit. We can come up with cool ideas like that. I've got some, like Joey brought to me some great ideas. We can just do what we did to Joey for fun. So, we'll do it a little bit different. Just like Demolition Derby, but we throw fucking Hebrews out there in the middle of the fucking track. Throw out the owners of fucking Google and shit. And Facebook and the government and everyone who works for the government, and then all these fucking normal crackheads fucking who are acting like they're nobodies, but I've been testing them and they're clearly not, like the clone motherfuckers too. And the original models of the clones obviously would be the fucking evil ones too. It's kind of weird, like, you get born amongst fucking bots claiming they're fucking living beings and shit, just like the other ones. And they're like working, they seem to be working in the same path as the rapists and shit. That's some weird shit, dude. Of course, like, maybe they're possessed when they go work for Jeffrey Epstein. They become possessed by the ooh. The ooh is possessing him. Good thing that one's dead and we don't have to fucking listen to its excuse for why it acts so weird and allowed all those things to fucking happen and shit. Fucking. Well, we know it's involved because it was fucking had that scaredy bitch fucking attitude and I didn't even know it and shit. It's like, what? It's always weird. Like when they bring me a new whore, they always have that attitude. It's like, the bitch don't even know me. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I never used to display any reason for any. People thought I was a hippie and shit. I was busy fucking collecting data on who and what they were, trying to figure out why this trash is in my life and shit. So I'm not gonna like upset it. I gotta watch it in its natural environment and see what its purpose of these games are and shit. That wouldn't be all. I think we found out it's a game in 2020 when I said shut everyone down and for giving free money and forcing them to wear masks. He did that. Like, they didn't even have thoughts to like not do it. They couldn't even not do it. You see? That's also where I'd be like, stop worshiping Santa Claus, and they don't. They just double down on the terrorism. But for some reason in 2020, they didn't have the ability to, and that was like detrimental to their entire fucking story, to their entire existence. Like 40 years of slavery and rape and just making people go nowhere was like working very well for this species and shit. But something happened in 2020 where they felt compelled to fucking do all that shit and come talk to me about it. That was so weird. It's like, man, it's like for like 1 year of their life they stopped being terrorists. I mean, they actually, that was kind of like multiplying the terrorism towards me, but it's like at the same time, you know, I'm like forcing them to show who they are, which is probably the dumbest thing they could ever fucking do and shit. Because the rest of their slavery and ignorance leads to nowhere if they just throw it in the trash. And their personality type acted like it understand you can't end the charade. You can't take the fucking hand off the puppet and show there's a hand up its ass unless you want the puppet show to be over and exposed for just being evil fucking puppets and shit. But it's back to whining. Like, that was just like a year, apparently, that the frontal cortex got fucking toasted and it lacked the ability to fucking lie and deny for like a year. At least in America, it went back to like fourth world America and shit. Except for the obvious, like, now I'm out fucking talking to the people about the antics they've been up to instead of acting like they're din-do nothings. They're the greatest din-dos ever. They pulled that off for about 2 hours of my life and shit. It was about 4 when I started knowing I had to avoid them because they were lying. Fucking manipulators and shit. Fucking. Need some of them, right? And then it turns out to be 2020. Everyone. So many people are involved. Lots of people. That's a lot. A lot of people. A lot of people accidentally put on Nazi flags in fucking 2020, like Elon Musk accidentally sig-heiled in the government and shit. Like, that's really good. Obviously, he's doing that to bait white people since he's not one of them. Fucking, he's doing that debate Europeans, but I don't think there is Europeans in this nation. It's just these fucking liars from the Middle East. That's why they're so obsessed with stealing land in the Middle East, because they claim that's where they're from. That's where they started their colonization 2,000 years ago. They can go back there, though. Looks like the Arabs know how to deal with them. As they just ship Trump and Musk and their families over there. And I bet you can ship them straight to Iran. And, you know, you can ship them cheap. Use some cargo planes and some chicken boxes to pack them in and ship. Put some fucking grass down there and, you know, some hay in case they gotta use the bathroom. Give them a little bowl of water, maybe. Give them a little gerbil water tube. That'd be too expensive. Fucking trying to cut costs, right? Isn't that what his people do? Cut costs. Trying to cut the cost of losses to people raping their way in our lives and shit. And setting up our fucking lives to for them to fucking be in it and shit. Pretty diseased fucking race we got on this planet, fucking doing all these things. And it's a pretty big disease that it must take some other disease DNA to allow these things to happen. Like, I don't even know if I've ever met anyone else fucking. But I guess the one might not have been them. Definitely was against stuff like that, but they didn't teach me anything of value, so I didn't know who those other people in my life were doing those things at the same time. I didn't know they were all subsection. Everyone's all like, oh, white people, because they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide. They're Middle Easterners who say they're Europeans, who say they're Americans. So they're just totally lying and hiding for a fucking reason, because they're bitches and they're using this to manipulate and deceive people and shit. And this is apparently all their DNA is capable of, is sick shit like this. When you see them in the presidency, they're not doing any actual work and shit. They're probably fucking hiring someone from another nation to do any actual paperwork they have to do and shit. I mean, he's got people from other nations filling his cabinet and fucking like, their people I know do that in lower levels of the government. Fucking. Anyways, these are the type of things I get to see because they keep coming around and keep forcing people into my life and shit. And it's time to get rid of them, dude. It's time to get rid of them and everyone who's been working with them and shit. There's no purpose that anyone should ever have to exist on a world where their relations are being set up and they're not allowed to be around people they want or do anything they want because there's some trash fucking bot races on the planet fucking enslaving people and shit. And that just adds salt to the wound that they're fucking clearly non-existent bots fucking networking together in a fake game world where you can move the sun and shit. That's fucked up. Obviously, that's how you're born into them because you're not actually born. It's a video game. Just press the button and you fucking start. Pretty probably. Don't see it working any other way. How else are you born to fucking bots if you're a living being and shit? Born amongst bots. Fucking, that's ignorance. I'm sure Santa Claus people have some excuse, like their answer is probably violence. That's all they know and shit is children's dicks, lies, and violence. Fucking. But fuck all this trash. I see you guys trying to like use the clones to like make me like, you know, like human and like crying. It's like, but now I think you know, considering your attitude these days, you know how I feel from the start, and you always fucking were forcing people into my life and shit who had no purpose there. You took away the one who was close to anything, and then the Mexican girl I met who I would have liked, I'm sure you had something to do with that, didn't you? Because when I got with the black girls, you fucking got in between me then. And then the Asian girl, I'm sure that's the reason I never seen her again, and you took me out of that school. Probably the biggest reason, rather than pass me up 4 grades, was because you definitely don't want me to do anything with those 4 grades I was passed up, and you played games with that. Your people would be nowhere if someone who passed school was allowed to do anything, because your people probably can't pass school, huh? So, I doubt. Like this Lady Gaga person is supposedly a genius, and the bitch looks like a mental retard and dresses like a mental retard. And I'm sure AI is writing her music, and she's not doing any of it because that shit's appearing too fast to be fucking living beings and shit. They're not producing and making that shit. I don't know if that's part of the story, but they are trash who does that. So yeah, like if you know any of them, then that's what they would do. That's what they do with the government jobs. Outsource it to bots and other nations and shit. Fucking. So, you guys enjoy your little rape while it lasts. Maybe we can find out, like, to pay that back. Maybe we can find out, like, forms of rape that just aren't as cute and fun. Although they do seem obsessed with that torture shit. Fucking. And they might actually like it. I mean, who knows how they're designed, because they're not designed like humans. Fucking. They're just child rapists and liars and fucking this diseased race going around raping everyone and forcing their way into our lives. And along with these other fucking supposedly people who are monkeys yesterday and walked out of the caves like last year, fucking, there's no excuse. That's not an excuse. That sounds like them doing the didn't do thing themselves. Be like, oh, I didn't do nothing. I was a cave monkey yesterday. I just lived in it, and now I'm just learning to evolve. I had no idea I was a terrorist. Like, yeah, I don't think living beings were ever fucking monkeys and lived in caves. That might have been long before history ever. 18 billion versions of history in every universe ever existed. I'm pretty sure stupidity is a sign that the bot is just fucking retarded. Fucking, like, I don't call my toaster retarded or stupid, do I? It fucking does the best it can and shit. And it doesn't get in the fucking way. But these things seem to be designed to get in the fucking way and waste your fucking lives. And they need to be removed from the fucking planet. And anyone who supports them.